Thank you to all of you for bearing with us on a few extra ceiling board meetings so that we can get some things through for the leisure project particularly. So thank you very much for your attendance. Today's meeting really is in response to some of the comments we had at the last meeting about the profile of the pools, and obviously that's what we were talking about. And we do need to agree that today so that the architects can get on and finalise their plans. So thank you very much. It's an important meeting. So evacuation procedure, I won't do it all in detail because I can't see any strangers here, but 2 doors. Please don't leave the car park area until Mike Brown has checked you off and made sure that everybody's out of the building. So thank you. Apologies for absence. So apologies from Councillors Steve, Watson, and we've got Sue Gilwoods. Thank you. Welcome.
I think Brennan's got car issues, Chair.
Oh, has Brennan.
I don't know if she will make it. I'm hoping she will.
Okay, so Brennan, you'll make it. She may be able to wait. Thank you. Any disposable, peculiar or non-communal interest from anyone? Public participation, we've got anything notified. So we've got minutes of the last meeting. Anybody got any comments on them? Propose to accept them. Thank you, Councillor Singh. Thank you, Councillor Amelia. Seconded. All those in favour? Thank you. I'll sign those again. So we move on then to the main item on the agenda, which is item number 6, which is the pool profiles in the Addison Leisure Centre. Now, I'm sure you've all read the paper, but I will ask, is it you, Mike Dix, just to lead us through the thinking on this one. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Members asked officers at the last meeting of CD in August to go away and provide some further options regarding the depth of the main and learner pools and to consider the inclusion of a splash pad. So we've done that. And just to point out and remind members that you've always been very clear that you want the new Atherton Leisure Centre to have sufficient water space to develop water confidence at an early age, deliver learn to swim lessons, meet community need, deliver improved health and wellbeing outcomes, be affordable to build and generate sufficient income to reduce the current operating subsidy of the leisure service. So consequently, it's desirable to have a balanced programme in the pool designed to meet community need, and that requires sufficient flexibility within the main and learner pools to accommodate a range of activities. You also expressed your interest that you'd like us to consider including the ability to have life-saving practice as well. So we've looked at that. So striking a balance between activities and flexibility in the pool programme is really dependent on the range of facilities and the pool depths. In a community pool, which this one would be, so it's 4 lanes, 12 by 25 metres, there's no competition or training for competition. So we could accommodate lane swimming in a depth of between 0.1 and 1.2 metres, but this depth does not provide for life-saving practice, which members obviously wanted us to consider. For that, we require the deep end of the pool to be 1.8 metres deep, with the shallow end being 1 metre. And that profile can also accommodate inflatable fun sessions as well, which I think is quite important in terms of flexibility. You also made it very clear that building water confidence amongst toddlers was important, and that cannot be accommodated in a learner pool of 0.9 to 1.2 metres deep. So to ensure there are facilities to support the development of water confidence, we could provide a splash pad. We gave some examples of those in Appendix B in the report. The splash pad itself is not anticipated to generate any revenue directly, but it will provide an additional feature and support secondary spend, such as the food and drink in the cafe. And officers' advice is that the 35 square metre splash pad would be sufficient for the new Atherton Leisure Centre. And our recommendation is that splash pad should sit outside the learner pool itself, so not take up any of the existing footprint. That would allow us to put most of the Learn to Swim programme in the learner pool, which would be 0.9 to 1.2 metres deep. Hopefully that's a sufficient summary.
Thank you. Thanks very much. So, yes, so from the changes, as it were, from last time is that the main pool will be deeper at the deep end, and that we've introduced the splash pad as well and suggested 35 square metres. Are there any questions or comments from anywhere? Yes, Councillor Jens.
Yeah, just to say that I totally agree with the the need to sort of develop water confidence in toddlers. I've got 3 young grandchildren, the oldest of which is 3, and it's made me realise, seeing him, just how important that is. We took him on holiday earlier this year to a place that had a splash pad like this in it, and he absolutely loved it. And I think it's really important that we do make that facility available if we can. Thank you.
Thank you. I should say in your sorry, I'll continue in a minute, Katie. In your papers, you'll see 3 different types of splash pad in terms of size. Don't look at the equipment because the equipment's separate. We can decide on the equipment at another stage. We just need to decide on the size. Sorry, Katie.
It's all right. Thanks, Joe. It's just a quick one. Is, you know, the 35 square metre one, the picture? Hinkley, is that a picture of Hinkley?
Good question. I don't know the answer to that one. It's provided by our architects. But to give you some idea of scale,
Just trying to think of the size.
yeah, it's about the same size as the boardroom, 655. So if you took it up to the silver cabinet, for instance, the same width, about the same length as the boardroom. So it's a similar size to that.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, agreeing with Councillor Jones, he was reading my mind as I was saying it. So I think we've got some telepathy going on. So I totally agree with that. I have got grandchildren now. The other thing I was going to ask was, I know we've been through it. Is it appropriate in this section to talk about the difference in costs with it being deeper? Now we're in public session, because I think that would be used. I know we've discussed it.
I think we can in general terms. Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask Mike if he doesn't mind just saying that verbally then, so public can be aware? Thank you.
I mean, an increase in the depth of the main pool will result in a slight increase. We haven't had the confirmation from the design team yet what they think that will look like, and obviously the inclusion of a splash pad, we're outside the footprint of the learner pool, will increase the envelope of the building. It's our intention to come back to members in October with a comprehensive report that sets out what we anticipate to be the main cost differences there. But as it stands at the moment, we're estimating it, the total build, all inclusive, to be somewhere between 25 and 27 million pounds estimated, including the addition of the deeper pool and display.
Yeah. And also, I think that includes the auxiliary services. I mean, all the consultants. I mean,
yes,
need around us.
Yeah.
Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, we expect 25 million to construction, about up to 27 million for actually opening operator. So there's a 2 million difference, which covers your fixtures and fittings and your other parts that go in there.
Okay. Yeah, I think you said, didn't you, Matt? There will be a slight increase in the operating cost as well as the capital costs of the school being a bit deeper, but you have to think about what you need. Yeah,
Can I just come back on that?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah, thank you. It was just a reminder really that we asked for this because public were actually asking for it. So it's come really from the residents. So I think that's quite important that we have considered that. So I'd just like to clarify that as well. Thank you.
And on that point, and I know that it isn't specifically in the paper, but it might be a good opportunity to ask when we can put some outline plans out there into the community, because I know the community are asking for them. And when I know Mike and I have been delegated, as it were, to talk about the communications and consultation strategy, but when can we actually start talking to people and asking for their views? Asking for their views in inverted commas or within the envelope we've agreed. So I think we all know what that means. Yes, over to you, Mike.
yes. So following on from this evening's meeting, if you agree the recommendations, then we'll ask the design team to modify the existing REBA 2 plans, which you've already approved, to include the addition of the main pool and the splash pad, and then I've checked with the architects that if we get that decision tonight, then they anticipate being able to provide some further plans based on that particular concept back to in advance of the C&E board on the 13th of October, where we'll do a member drop-in session so that you can see those, and thereafter we can start to release those into the public domain, if that's okay.
Okay, yes, very exciting.
Can I just bring up a couple of things that you obviously covered? One is milestone days. This is what people are asking now around the town, is milestone days. So it'd be good if at the earliest opportunity, and I know you haven't got it now, but there's just just milestone dates put in. The other one is we go to a lot of consultations and there are presentations. I think in this case, it needs to be worded as a presentation with comments. Because consultation means you're asking people what they want. This is broadly agreed, but it would be more of a presentation of what's been proposed than a consultation of what you want. So I think very, very careful wording of how that presentation is put out to ensure that the feedback we get is positive. Because if if you say you're going to a consultation, you come out, that wasn't a consultation, it was a presentation, it's already agreed. So I think when it's put out, it needs to be worded very carefully so as people accept it for what it is, but also the ability to comment on it.
Okay, is that right? Yeah, we could just, I think that's probably right. I think you've summed it up, Ray, that it will be, the basic outline will have been agreed, but, people might come with some good ideas or questions you haven't thought of. Yeah.
I think in the past, members, we've described it as communication and engagement.
Yeah.
As opposed to a consultation on a, if you like, a blank sheet of paper. So there are concepts that you've already decided upon for good reason, and we'll explain that as we go out to bring this available to the public domain.
The objective, we want positive things to come back, not negatives.
Good.
Thank you.
Can I propose that we accept this? Unless anyone's got anything else to say.
Yes.
Thank you.
You've got the recommendations on whatever it is, page 6. Yeah, Brett,
It's second.
thank you. Those in favour? Thank you, that's brilliant. Well done, thank you. I did just want to make the point that although Steve's not here, I know you're here, Sue, welcome. But I know Steve was the one that suggested the deeper pool.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that he came to the member working group, and I just want to make everybody clear that he had agreed it, and I'm sure he would have said to Sue if he hadn't. So, thank you. Yeah, so that's great. Thanks very much, everyone. So we move on then to you've got a closed session, no public here. Just propose that we move into the closed session. Thank you. Baron, seconded by Ray. Those in favour? And all we have is the confidential extract from the previous minutes. Proposer for that. Thank you, Kate, seconded by Peter. All those in favour? Well, there you go. Look at that. Less than 15 minutes.
Well,
Is that right?